You must have watched your favorite space science fiction movies in which humans can hear explosions in space without using any specialized equipment. I hate to break it to you, this is further from the truth. Space is completely silent to human ear. Space, the final frontier. It is vast, infinite, and filled with mysteries that have intrigued mankind for centuries. From the earliest astronomers who gazed up at the stars, to the modern-day space agencies exploring the far reaches of our solar system, space has always captivated our imagination. But despite our fascination with space, there is one aspect of it that remains relatively unknown to the average person. It's silence. The concept of silence is one that we are all familiar with. It is the absence of sound, a lack of auditory stimulation that can be both calming and frightening. Yet when it comes to space, the absence of sound is not just a concept, it is a fundamental fact. In the vacuum of space, there is no medium for sound waves to travel through, which means that space is completely silent to the human ear. This may come as a surprise to some, as we often see depictions of space in movies and television shows where the sounds of explosions, laser blasts, and other cosmic phenomena fill the air. But in reality, these sounds would not be audible to human ears. In fact, the only way we are able to hear these sounds is through the use of special effects and creative liberties taken by filmmakers. So why is space completely silent? To understand this, we need to delve into the science behind sound waves and how they travel. Sound waves are a type of mechanical wave, which means that they require a medium to travel through. This medium can be any substance that can vibrate, such as air, water, or solids. When an object vibrates, it creates a disturbance in the medium that causes the particles around it to vibrate as well. These vibrations then travel outward in all directions, creating sound waves that can be detected by our ears. In the vacuum of space, there is no medium for sound waves to travel through. This means that any sound created in space would not be able to reach our ears. Even if there were sounds in space, they would be unable to travel the vast distances between objects, as the particles in space are too far apart to transmit sound waves. This is why the silence of space is so absolute. There is simply no way for sound waves to travel through the vacuum. But just because we can't hear sounds in space, that doesn't mean there isn't any activity going on. In fact, there are countless cosmic phenomena that create energy and radiation that we can detect and interpret. For example, stars emit light and other forms of electromagnetic radiation, which we can detect and study using telescopes and other instruments. Similarly, black holes emit radiation that can be detected by sensitive instruments such as X-ray telescopes. The absence of sound in space also highlights the importance of developing new ways of understanding and exploring the universe. It forces us to rely on instruments and technologies that can detect and interpret forms of energy and radiation that are beyond the reach of our senses. This has led to the development of a vast array of scientific instruments and technology, from telescopes and space probes to particle accelerators and gravitational wave detectors. The silence of space challenges our perceptions and understanding of the world around us. Sound is such an integral part of our daily lives that it can be difficult to imagine a world without it. Yet the absence of sound in space reminds us that there are entire realms of experience and knowledge that lie beyond our everyday senses. It encourages us to explore and understand the universe in new and innovative ways, using technology and scientific inquiry to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos. The silence of space also has important implications for our search for extraterrestrial life. While we have yet to discover any definitive evidence of life beyond Earth, the possibility of finding microbial or intelligent life elsewhere in the universe remains a tantalizing prospect. The absence of sound in space reminds us that any communication with extraterrestrial life forms would need to be based on signals other than sound, such as radio waves or light. One of the most fascinating aspects of the silence of space is its impact on our understanding of the universe's history. By studying the light and radiation emitted by distant galaxies, scientists can learn about the history of the cosmos and the events that have shaped it over billions of years. This includes the study of cosmic background radiation, which is the residual energy left over from the Big Bang that created the universe. This radiation is so faint that it cannot be detected by the human ear, but it can be measured by sensitive scientific instruments. The study of cosmic background radiation has led to many breakthroughs in our understanding of the universe. It has confirmed the Big Bang theory and provided evidence for the existence of dark matter and dark energy, two mysterious substances that make up the vast majority of the universe's mass and energy. The study of cosmic background radiation has also given us insights into the early universe, including the formation of the first galaxies and the birth of stars and planets. The silence of space has also led to some interesting philosophical discussions about the nature of sound and its relationship to reality. Some philosophers have argued that sound is not just a physical phenomenon, but also a perceptual one. In other words, sound only exists as a perception in our minds and is not an objective reality in the same way that physical objects are. This perspective suggests that the silence of space is not just a lack of sound, but also a fundamental challenge to our understanding of the nature of reality itself. The idea that space is completely silent to the human ear may seem counterintuitive at first, given our preconceived notions of what the universe looks and sounds like. Yet when we consider the science behind sound waves and the vacuum of space, it becomes clear that silence is a fundamental fact of the cosmos. The silence of space challenges us to think differently about how we explore and understand the universe, and highlights the importance of developing new technologies and methods for studying its vast and complex properties. Ultimately, the silence of space reminds us of the vastness and mystery of the universe and the potential for discovery and wonder that lies within it. I hope you guys now know why space is completely silent to humans. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. This will help me a lot. I'll be posting more amazing stuff on my channel. See you soon.